I had a baby almost 3 months ago, so let's talk about how much it costs because it's actually insane. My first bill, that was my biggest one, and it actually hasn't come in the mail yet, but I see it on my insurance, was for me. My insurance was billed $29,000 and I owe $3,000. This next one here is for my son, so you also have to pay for your son being born in the hospital. My insurance was billed $9,306 and I owed $2,326. Next is for my OBGYN care. My insurance was billed $4,753 and I owed $533. Next was for my epidural, so the anesthesiologist. My insurance was billed $4,000 and I owed $131. The last two were for newborn care in the hospital, so my insurance was billed $297 for hospital discharge day, which is like what? And I owed $56. And then the second one was for initial newborn care. My insurance was billed $392 and I owed $74. Added it up, and in total, everything that was billed to insurance, so this was not what I paid, was a total of almost $47,000. It's actually insane. I don't even know what to think about that. And I even feel like for what I pay per month for insurance, the amount that I still had to pay was still a good amount. I think we owed around $5,000 or $6,000 in medical bills that we have to pay. Insane. The last thing, this is important. Call the number on these bills and ask for a discount. I was automatically able to get 30% off pretty much every single bill that I paid. So make sure you do that. Don't just pay your bills right away. Call them.
So the state of Texas is banning the purchase of chips, soda, junk food, basically with EBT. Mind you, the price for single ingredients for one meal will run you anywhere from $60 to $80. $60 is being generous. So I don't see, one, why that was any of their business, and two, why would they do such a thing when inflation is at an all-time high right now? And what about those people who don't have access to a home that can, cook and stuff like that? It just don't make sense to me, but hey, I guess we just gotta let them do what they do.
Don't be shocked.
Single moms breaking news. RFK unfortunately has made changes to food stamps where y'all will no longer be able to buy junk food with food stamps, which means you'll no longer be able to acquire a husband strictly through your pantry. Y'all be taking our own tax dollars to Hansel and Gretel our asses. Y'all get us all chunky from your food stamp junk food where no other girl hollers back at us. Our six-pack turns into a full-blown keg. And then we get stuck in this cycle where we keep coming back to y'all because you're the only one that'll holler back at us. Plus, you got all those goodies in the pantry. Cycle's always the same. In the first week, you start making us have a taste for blueberry Pop-Tarts. And within a month, we have a full-blown addiction to Lunchables. And then 2 months after that, we're in a full-blown depression. 3 months after that, we're sitting on your couch with a bowl of microwave popcorn just balanced on our big old belly. And we're surrounded by 3 of your crotch goblins with hands that ain't been washed in 3.5 days. And all we can do is just sit there and look at the bowl of popcorn and watch them little fuckers just contaminate it, and we can't even eat it. We just sit there and wipe the drool from our mouth and wonder how we got here. It sounds like an awful life, and it is, because I've lived it.
Breaking news, Trump's food stamp shakeup, $1,000 more per month for low-income families. Just announced, the Trump administration is rolling out a major relief package delivering direct help to over 15 million households. Small-town grocery stores are doubling their stock. Farmers markets are overwhelmed with orders. But here's the twist. Nationwide audits are tightening. Fraudsters will be permanently blacklisted. Some hail Trump as a hero for the people. Others accuse him of dividing the nation, especially as local communities brace for major changes under the new rules. Experts forecast 100,000 new jobs in the food sector, a 15% surge in local spending. Nursai, nearly 3 million families pulled back from the brink of hunger. For families, this could mean stuffed fridges and, or without warning, total cutoff. Is Trump rescuing America's poor or deepening the country's divide? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Let me start by saying this here may be my viral moment. But I want to talk about the stamps that's being stolen in Philadelphia and who I think that's stealing them. And I'm going to tell you why I think they're stealing them. So on Tuesday, I get a phone call stating that I'm getting my food stamps back from food stamps that was stolen in December. My daughter go on Prime tomorrow, so I save food stamps on my card to make sure that I have food stamps for her Prime. Let me tell y'all that. Tuesday when I went to bed, Wednesday morning, I woke up, I called my EBT card. My food stamps was still on my card. Thursday when I called my food stamp card, which is this morning, food stamps gone. So, no, I don't even know the food stamp's going yet. Let me take that back. I don't even know the food stamp's going. I'm trying to call a card, but it's telling me it's an invalid PIN. Invalid PIN? How? I never changed my PIN. I'm not using it in no Poppy stores. I'm going to Giants, the meat market down South Philly. I'm not going to none of that for nobody to steal my shit. So the welfare worker told me it's going to take 2 to 3 days for me to get the food stamps that were stolen in December. So I'm like, okay, cool. Am I getting the full amount? Because at this time, I'm not working, so I'm getting the full amount. So she like, yeah, cool. When I call a card, when I finally go to the welfare office and get a new card, because I'm like, something is fishy. I get off of work today, I go to the welfare office, I get a new card. When I get the new card is telling me that the food stamps was spent yesterday. I'm like, yesterday? Okay. So you telling me on Tuesday I get a call from the welfare office telling me that I'm getting food stamps back that was stolen from me in December. When I call a card Wednesday morning, my food stamps is still on my card that I saved. But now that but the food stamps never got deposited that they was giving me for the stolen stamps. But this is where shit gets shifty at. I had the food stamps on my card all month, but you telling me on the 30th, after I talked to you Tuesday, which was Wednesday, the 30th, that my stamps is going now. And my PIN got changed? Who the fuck changed my PIN? You need my fucking social to change my fucking PIN. You can't just pick up, you gotta know my numbers, or whatever it is you need to change a PIN, you need it. Who the fuck got access to that? Not the fucking people who's stealing it in the store. So for sure, I know somebody that knows somebody. So they went into the system and seen that really is a welfare worker that really works at the welfare office. And in fact, so when I go to the welfare, when I call a change center, the change center is telling me, yes, you did you did get approved. It is pending. See, what this motherfucker welfare worker thought they was going to do was hit me for everything, and the whole time you only hit me for what I had on my card, and that was never deposited. It's the people in the welfare office. If you comment more for more. If you got a question for me, and I feel like I want to answer it, I'm going to answer it. But I for sure know it's the welfare workers. And if y'all need me to post proof, I will.
What's up, family? Y'all can probably see that my face is red and my eyes are watering. Doing deep level community engagement, you sometimes hear things you don't want to hear. Like when you ask someone if they're registered to vote, and you start asking them about being in college, and they say they were in college, but they had to drop out because they had to work to help their family. And me being who I am, of course I ask, well, do y'all have enough food? And I heard sometimes it gets tough. Well, I told that baby to call me. And he said to me excitedly, are you serious? Of course I am. But I don't believe any of us should be going to sleep at night knowing there are hungry people in our community. You might not be able to do a lot of things or do everything, but minimally we can make sure people have enough to eat. We can do this, y'all. It's our responsibility. Take care.
I did my taxes yesterday. My tax refund I was getting back, it was a little over $21,000. I owe over $50,000 to the state of Michigan for back food stamps that I received that I wasn't supposed to get, okay? It wasn't my fault. They were put on my card, so yes, I used them. The state is forcing me to pay back the last 12 months of food stamps that I have received for overpayment. My tax refund, the whole thing was taken. I told them I could do a payment plan. I could pay a couple hundred a month to get this caught up, and they take my whole refund. I was relying on that for my teeth, for a new car, because they're trying to force me to sell my BMW. So if you owe money, if you owe food stamps, they're going to take your tax refund. So yeah, that's my life.
28 years ago, my parents got a bill for a $500,000 hospital stay. Little context, that bill was for a hospital stay for 6 weeks for my mom and a week for me in the NICU. Because of how excellent my parents' insurance was at the time, my dad paid $25 for me and $25 for my mom. That was it. Now, I think that would have financially affected our family for the rest of our lives. Insurance is not like it used to be. I think about this all the time when I have patients that I take care of that are in the hospital for months at a time. When we take care of patients, there's not financial transparency. I really cannot give someone any idea of how much a hospital stay is going to cost for them. I know personally, I went to the ER 2 years ago and I got a bill like a year later. I was charged like over $1,000 for IV Tylenol. Insurance companies need to do a better job of being transparent about the financial burden that hospital stays can potentially cause you. I never even know how much a routine delivery will cost a patient. Awareness around this is so important, and there needs to be more financial transparency in medicine. I'm curious to know, and I want you guys to post your responses below. If you've been in the hospital before, what was the cost? And if you feel comfortable sharing how long you were there and what it was for. And just a reminder, those bills that you pay, probably 2% of that money is going to your doctors.